It doesn't cost a fortune. You don't need uncle or somebody to die and bequeath millions to you. You don't need to use all your pension savings when you retire to get into real estate. As a matter of fact, it is possible to get into it without money, yes. And a lot of the big names who are in real estate today, they started without money. I can tell you for free because I've met them in many transactions. I've worked with some of them. I've heard them tell their stories. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. Welcome to Real Estate with Bimpe. In case you don't know, my name is Bimpe Ariola, and I'm the real estate consultant that is here with you twice a week discussing everything real estate. This evening, we're going to be talking about how to get into real estate even if you don't have money. Oh, this real estate thing is just so juicy, it's so sweet. The way they say it is what I know I can do, but I just don't have money, and it's capital intensive. Does that mean there's no hope for you? There's hope for you. There are ways for you, there are opportunities for you, and you just must keep your eyes and ears open. Listen to me closely, right? Let's get into it. The first and most popular way of getting into real estate without money is serving as a broker. That is, you sell real estate. Look for real estate that can be sold to those in your immediate environment. For example, you live close to a market, or your mother is a market woman, you follow her to the market. A market woman is not likely to follow you to buy property that is in highbrow area. A market woman is not likely to buy property that is being operated by a JV. But a market woman is likely to buy that plot of land that is close to the village that they are selling 350 per plot. Do you see what I'm saying? She can still afford that. She can still raise it. Her cooperative can raise that for her. Do you understand what I'm saying? Those are the kind of properties you'll be looking for people in that range. If you work in an office, also, you look at the capacity of the people around you. You people work together. You work together, so you know what your neighbors are worth. You know what they can readily afford or what they can add a bit more to afford. You look for property within that range. You look for some self that they'll give them the option of paying twice. That kind of offer will be appealing to them, and you will go there, you make the inquiries, you find out a few things for them, you find out if it's free from government acquisition on their behalf, and with the people who are also selling, you negotiate your commission. How much am I going to get if I sell? Do you understand? 10% is how much you are going to get if you sell. So here is that kind of land. Assuming the land is 350,000 and your commission is 35,000. You say, okay, my commission is 10% if I sell. You start making it attractive, making it appealing to them. You market to them over and over. You tell them about the place. You take pictures, you take videos, you go and show them. By the time they start buying, one person buys, you take him there. He tells the other person that want to buy, you take him there, it increases. Hello, by the time you are able to sell 10, you have made 350,000. You will not tell them that's your 350,000. They should use it to give you one plot. Have you not started? Very easy to get in. Become a broker. You can also broker other things. You can broker for development companies. You can broker their off-site plan. If you have people who can afford it within your range, you could be a teacher and you teach well, your children like you. You talk to their parents one day, the mother comes, madam, good afternoon, no, and I have this I wanted to talk to you about. She'll say, hey, okay, she likes you. She will give you time to pack up your table. Then you come and meet her. She will think it's her daughter. She'll say, madam, I just wanted to tell you something. I don't know if you have interest though. There's this property, and the place is good though. Is this, is that? See, let me show you pictures. In fact, I spoke to the owner. Let me show you video. She begins to take it serious. She begins to hear. She say, okay, let me think about it. You ask her the first time. You ask her the second time. By the third time, she's beginning to say, okay, maybe this girl is serious. She will tell her husband. Even you work in a restaurant or you work in a booker. The people that come to eat, you are opposite their office. They come to eat every day. They like you. You are the one selling to them. Opportunities abound. You work in an office. You are somebody's account officer for their accounts in the bank. The person likes you. Say, okay, how far? Some money came in. Do you have plans for it? Do you have any money that is loose? You can come and tie down with this investment. Opportunities abound in real estate. You can market real estate investment trusts. Go and read up about it. These things are easy. You start from your immediate environment. You are not traveling far. You are not going to look for people anywhere. Easy way to start real estate investment without any money. The second thing you can do is you can volunteer your services for people along the real estate value chain. There are a lot of people along the real estate value chain. They are the owners of the land, they are surveyors, they are lawyers, they are valuers, they are architects. There are a lot of people along the chain. Now, whether you have qualification or not, you can volunteer your services. You can volunteer to say, okay, 1 day a week, surveyor so and so. 1 day a week, which day is your busiest day that you go to site? Let me follow you. I assure you that within 6 months, you will have seen opportunities and you will have learned so much. You will have learned much more about that core surveying than me, who I only talk to surveyors when I have transactions that are specifically surveying inclined. You will have learned so much. 1 day a week, every week for 6 months, following a busy surveyor to site, following a busy surveyor to the places he goes. You are asking questions, you make yourself relevant, you are learning. You will learn so much. And when the opportunity comes, he wants to go and survey one land in the bush somewhere, you have been faithful. You too, you say, sir, this place we are going, how much is the land? I don't know, whether I was thinking whether it is something I can also prepare myself for. You are getting into it. It is very simple, it is very easy. I tell you for free, there are people who are big today, who have acres, that this is how they started. Even professionals, even lawyers do this. They handle land transactions for families and they say, I don't want money, just give me land. Architects will design for some estates, they'll say, I don't want money, just give me land. I've been to some of these lands that this is how these people came about them. And the people who give them these lands, don't be deceived that everybody is fraudulent, they will give you, they will take it back. It's not true. They will give you some of these things. That is another viable opportunity of getting into it. In the process of dealing with them, you can learn more and see transactions around that will interest you. Or you can decide to get into their own transaction, into any transaction they are doing in exchange for your services. Have you spent money? No. But you have your foot in the door, you have your chair at the table, and you're about to get a cut out of the deal. Different government processes that go on in real estate transactions. There's building approval, there's processing of C of O, there are so many other, for rental properties, there's payment and negotiation of land use charge. There are so many factors, there are so many approvals that are required along the value chain. Look for one. Maybe you are a civil servant. Look for one of these processes, master it, and begin to deliver it as a service. Simple. That's all. Look for one of these services, master it thoroughly. Maybe it's building approval. Master it thoroughly and find out the process, the pitfalls, the setback, the things that make it slow, the ways you can speed it up. Sit down and study it, read it up. If you are a civil servant, you will have access to those offices. You will be able to talk to them and ask questions. Master it and begin to render it as a service. Simple. By the time you start rendering it as a service for small businesses, for individuals, you will get opportunities to render it for bigger brands, and you say, okay, this one I want to do for you. I don't want money. Oh, this is a big transaction. You want to build so. In fact, some of them, by the time you see their papers, before you tender it for approval for whatever it is that they want to process, you will have already seen some pitfalls. Oga, don't add this. Oga, take this out. Oga, you know what, this letter, let's write it like this, because when it gets there, they will know you know what you are saying. By the time it's time to get in, you say, okay, this is your 15-story flat that you want to build, apartment buildings. What's my own? What's my commission? I don't want money. I don't want money. I don't want money. What I want inside this thing? Let's stop. You are getting into it. And you will do the job, you will do a thorough job. Imagine that person who wants to build 10-story service flats, and you get into it. Even if he doesn't give you that flat, he will say, okay, you know what, I have one land I'm negotiating. Further down, when the land comes out, I will give you. You enter into an agreement. You get a plot of land there. It's not cast in stone. You just need to get your foot in the door, and then you begin to peep inside the door to see who you want to call or what you want to do inside the door. It's as simple, it's as straightforward as that. There are opportunities for this thing around you. It's not so much as the money in your pocket. And this is number 3. Some of the easiest ways to do this is to become a caretaker. Now, what makes being a caretaker attractive is that a lot of people have credibility issues with their caretakers today. But if you are a person who has been credible, who has been a person of your word, who will do the right thing always at the right time, who will not tell the landlord lies so that I can collect money from his tenant, tell everybody the truth and recover the money and give it to the landlord, give them what is theirs and all of that, and you are not charging an arm and a leg. You can even charge a little lower than market value because you are trying to get into that setting. By the time You begin to tell people, I want to manage property. What property can I manage for you? You get a property in your area and you begin to manage for the owner and you begin to get your commission. Is that not it? And you do a thorough job. You do a very thorough job. You do a decent, transparent job. There are people that their caretakers manage their property. They have not been to the property in 5 years and there's no issue. There's no issue. But the caretaking job is a service for money job. And in exchange for their caretaking job, they live in a free flat or they use one of the offices for free. It happens all the time. We see it everywhere. We see it all around. It's also an easy way to get into this. Imagine if you're managing property for somebody that runs a real estate company and you're managing and you've been doing a good job. You can sit down one day and have the conversation and say, that one that you are building is so. Can I put small money down and I will pay you the rest over time? I want one. That's how you get into it. It's not cast in stone. Some of the big lands that you see that are owned by some of the big names today, some of them they paid for it over 6 years. Some of them, the first installment they paid was 1/5. Yes, 1/5. 1/5 of the money was what they paid the first time, and they paid over 6 years. These are things that happen all the time in these transactions. This is how they go on. But you must be willing to put your foot out, to keep your eyes out, to see opportunities that you can leverage on. As a caretaker, easy way to get into real estate transactions, provided you are credible, provided you understand, a bit about managing property, what is right, what is wrong, and you will tell the landlord the truth and tell the tenant the truth. And you will follow due process so that when it's time to evict the tenant, you will do it right. Some of the reasons why people don't like to buy property in developing areas or in areas that are far from them is because they don't have eyes there. They don't know what is happening. They don't want to build. Some people even, they live in Ikeja, they don't mind buying property in Ikorodu, developing it and renting it out, but they don't have the time to be going and coming, and they don't have eyes there. Your own job can be to be their eyes. Maybe the person comes around, you see them when they are developing, you see them when they are building, you begin to show up, you begin to be polite, you begin to lead them, this thing you want to do, before you do it, you need to see the community association, is better for you. These things you want to keep here, don't you think you should build a shed and lock it up? You begin to make yourself useful. You begin to add value. By the time you do that a few times, you now say, when you are going, can I have your number so that I can oversee this property for you and I can report to you on whatever is happening. The person will be willing if you show yourself as a person of value. And you know, if you don't know, I'm telling you that you need to have eyes on property. That is a service to be rendered. You can be the eyes of people on their property in your area. Maybe your local government, you start with one. That person brings his friend to buy. He uses you as his eyes. Maybe in the one they are building, maybe in the one they have built and people are living in. You can even be their eyes for property that it is their family member that is building it for them. Just a third eye to say, uncle, well done. I just said I should show you that they've done decking of your house today. See the pictures. Simple. It's not about painting anybody bad. They just know that, there's a third eye there. Anything that shows up, you may not call them for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, but they know that the day they see your flash, how far? I need to speak to this guy. Maybe it's even local government that comes to come and mark your fence that you didn't ask for approval. They will just send you a text or something. And maybe all the guy says is 5,000 a month or something like that. Because it's far, because that person knows the value of real estate, he'll be willing to give you. Once in a while, he just calls you, you just greet him. I say I should greet you, your house is going fine. The person you gave to a plant has planted and all of that. There are different ways the person begins to trust you. You become his eyes. If they are abroad, you become their eyes and their ears on their development. If they are working in another state and you are the one that is in their village, you become their eyes and their ears on whatever is happening on their property. It is an easy way to get in, because the day there's an issue, you save him, he understands that he owes you. You are adding value to them. They are willing to pay for that value, because that value that you are adding to them. Imagine if the person were to lose the land for a simple reason. One way to get into real estate investments without money is to be the eyes and the ears of people in the areas where they have real estate. That is number 5. The final thing I want to say about real estate investment is that you need to get into spaces where the conversations are going on. Get into online spaces, get into physical spaces. There are physical trainings, there are physical webinars, there are physical seminars that go on. We have a webinar that is coming up next month. Do well to join our Telegram channel or follow me on Facebook. You will see the links to the webinar that is coming up next month. My Facebook link and my Telegram channel link will be in the description box below, and I'll also put them in the comment section so you can join and find out when the webinar is going to happen, how to register, and numerous other facts. These are spaces where you will meet people, where you will hear things, where you will connect, and opportunities that I didn't even mention now. You will see them and you will be at the right space and location in your life to key into it. Do you understand? You can't get in just by sitting in your house and moping at the ceiling. No. Join online communities, go to events, webinars, seminars where it's being discussed. One could be happening close to your office, but if you are not in that space, go to Facebook, look for the communities, go to Quora, look for the communities, go to Instagram, look for the communities, go to Nairaland. As crazy as it is, yes, there are some fantastic real estate conversations that go on Nairaland. Have the conversations, go and inspect property. Hello, I'm a broker, I'm an agent, I want to inspect. Go in and inspect and shoot videos. They don't charge you. There are a lot of properties that you can go in to inspect. Get comfortable with the idea, get comfortable with the thought. Let the thought run through your mind every now and again. You will not know when the opportunities will come, because opportunities don't give notice. They just show up and you have to be ready for them when they show up. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you got value from this video, and also share to your friends and loved ones, to those people that you know have interest in real estate and they really don't know how to go about it, and there's enough to go around. Especially in this business of real estate, I can tell you there's enough to go around. Thank you for watching. Remember that I always say that real estate investment remain one of the juiciest forms of investments in the world over, and especially in Nigeria. Take care and bye-bye.